Hello everyone, we're going to be looking at clarifying this week, and our book is going to be Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom. So some of the learning behaviours we're going to look at today is supporting and actively listening to others. So if you're at home and you've got a brother or sister there with you or a grown up, then make sure you're listening to their point of view as well, and they're actively listening to yours and build on each other's points. Here is the front cover of the book. Looking at the front cover, I would just like you to make a prediction with your grown-up about what you think this is about. What are some of the words in the title that might give you a clue as to what this book might be about? What type of book do you think this is going to be? Is it a fiction book or a non-fiction book? And why do you think that? So I think this book will be because and our reading strategy this week is what is clarifying? Maybe just take a moment now to tell your adult what clarifying is. If you have forgotten, we're going to go over it now. So clarifying is when we make words, phrases or statements less confusing, and we do some research and find out what exactly those words and phrases mean. We can clarify using a dictionary, we can ask a learning partner or an adult, and we can read around a word or phrase as well to try and make sense of it, specifically if it's a word that only makes sense in that text and we've not come across it before. We could also look in the glossary. Here are some of our clarifying sentence stems, which you'll be using when you go ahead and have a look at some of the book. So I think means I didn't understand. What does this word mean? I need to reread this part because is a tricky word. So I didn't understand, so I could, and let's reread this part because it didn't make sense. Now going to be a part section from the book. My name is Nelson Mandela. I live in South Africa. Today, South Africa is a democracy, but when I was born, South Africa was ruled by white people only. Is there any words or phrases that you need to clarify so far? If there is, why don't you ask your grown-up or try to have a look in a dictionary or an online dictionary about what those words might mean? I didn't understand the phrase ruled by white people only. What does that mean? How can I help myself to solve this problem? I think the phrase means that there was only white people in charge of the country. What do you think the phrase means? Do you agree with me? Would you like to challenge or build? As I grew up, I began to see that this was not fair. I wanted to change this way of government so everybody had a say. I didn't understand the phrase, I wanted to change this way of government so everyone had a say. So I could... What could you do here to help yourself make sense of what the text is saying? If you've got an idea, why don't you tell your grown-up now? I think the phrase means... Friends and I called this the struggle for freedom. The struggle lasted. I didn't understand the phrase the struggle for freedom, so I could... What's one of the things that you could do to help you solve this? I think the struggle for freedom means... So I think the struggle for freedom means the people found it hard to become free. What do you think it means? Would you like to build on my answer? Challenge? Okay. What words or phrases do you need to clarify from your home learning pages? Is there something you don't understand, and what will you do to help you understand? In your home learning now, have a look at those at the section of writing and have a look and see if you can find any words or phrases that you need to clarify for Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom.